Hi, welcome back. So we're at the last section of Chapter 6, Execution of the Research Project, and that's to discuss writing formal research guidelines. Let's go ahead and review those guidelines. I would like just to stress the fact that this material does not really focus on the subject of writing formal research. However, I wanted to bring some of the tips or guidelines that helped you in case you are trying to write down a professional report or maybe the draft for research paper. So in case you are interested to find out the real details on writing a formal research, there are materials out there available to help you out. But for this, generally when you look at the final output of a draft or a professional report, I expect those sections to be there. The first, of course, just a title and authorship in the front page. Maybe next you have an abstract or executive summary that it details the entire finding or purpose of this report. And usually it's written at the end or last after you finish the entire work. But you have the introduction, and this is where you introduce the reader to the general topic to be discussed, and with a general and broad-based discussion of the topic. It is not like on exact specific details. But the focus, of course, of the introduction should be developing the framework of past research on which to form the hypothesis of your current study. In general, or in other words, in this particular section, I would look at it to express the details, the broader image of the research, what is the problem you're trying to solve and how you're going to solve it. Now, I want to introduce you to the fact when it comes to something called literature review, I think which we have dedicated an entire section to speak about it. This literature review happens in case you are trying to bring some other previous work or to cite a work had been done previously and you would like to conduct on the finding of that work. This also, the second section of introduction should be covered with the literature review. Next, you have to also dedicate a section for the method you are using, inform the reader about the details of the study, the research question, the undertaking with information relating to the design and procedures. And then there is a result section where you report your result. Finally, of course, you open a discussion and conclusion on the entire paper. Now, the reference is important if, and most likely, if the literature review is in there, you must also reference the previous work that you have brought into the domain of your research. That was a quick review and guidelines consider while you are writing a professional report or a draft for an article. Quick conclusion on what we have learned in this chapter. We'll see you then.